What up, mathletes? Whoop, whoop. All right, let's do this. We're going to talk about the Math 2 Module 10 review, the team test. Let's go through this. A lot of this is just working through your different laws. So let's go. Write b to the second times b to the fifth without exponents. Without exponents. Oh, that means we got to expand it. So that b to the second is b times b, and then this is times, and we got 5 more b's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And now we need to just put them together, because how many total are there? Well, we can count there's 7, but really we just add 2 plus 5, and that's b to the 7th power, right? Okay. Let's keep going. Question 2. If you see a w there, it's to the 1, and when we multiply, we're just adding. So 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 4 is 7. This equals w to the 7th. Quick questions, right? Now it says write p squared to the 3rd power without exponents. Well, okay. So this is a weird one. It's p to the 2nd, right, times p to the 2nd times p to the 2nd, which is then p times p times p times p times p times p. It's a lot of p. All right, a lot of p's, I mean. Apostrophes matter. Okay? So there's 6 of those. And really what it is when we raise a power to a power, we multiply it. So 2 times 3 is 6. That's p to the 6th power. Perfect. And then our last one right here, it says write our answer without parentheses. Well, same thing's up there. Z to the 4th to the 4th power is 4 times 4 is 16. So this equals z to the 16th. Okay? Yeah, just working through laws. Now we're going to get a little more challenging right here. And we have 4v squared. We've got to square everything inside. So that's 4 squared, and then v, remember, to the 1 times 2 is just squared. 4 squared is 16, so that's just 16v squared. There we go. A lot of that going on here. We're going to have -2. We got to put it in parentheses because the negative's attached to this, right? It was inside of these parentheses to the 5th. Then I'm going to have b to the 2 times 5, which is 10. A to the 3 times 5, which is 15. And what's -2 to the 5th? Well, whenever you have odd powers and a negative being in there, it's going to be a negative answer. So we know this is going to equal negative. And then we got 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. So -32, b to the 10th, a to the 15th. Boosh, right there. Okay, and a lot of this, guys, I'm just busting through it. Feel free to pause at any point in time if you need to wait, trying to work this out on your own, whatever works. Okay, simplify. So first, what goes into both 24 and 40? Well, 8 does. Goes in there 3 times, goes in there 5 times. Perfect. And then y divided by y, right? Those just cancel out. Z divided by z, those cancel out. Okay, and I'm just left with, there's a lot of ways you could write this. This could be 3 over 5x. Well, it's really the way I'm going to write it. So 3 over 5x. Just don't forget we had that little x left over there. Perfect. Okay. Let's roll. We got, what goes into both 36 and 8? 4 does. 4 goes in there 9 times. Goes in there twice. And then, this is y to the 4. So it's going to end up being, remember, we just do 4 minus 1, right? And here's how I really work it out. If it's 1, okay, I know that's going to be 4 minus 1 is 3. So I'm going to have either 9y over 2, or I could say this equals 9 halves y, and that should be to the 3rd power. Almost forgot that. Either way you write it is fine, guys. Doesn't matter. Then our last problem of the page 1. So again, I got z to the 1 down here, so that's going to be 7 minus 1 is 6. And that's going to be 6 minus 4 is 2. So I've got z to the 6th x squared. You can show it in other ways. That's just how I do it. Dun, dun, dun. Write your answer using only positive exponents. Okay, so no negative exponents. We're squaring everything. But before we do it, guys, why not simplify the inside? 3 goes into 3 once, goes into 6 twice. Okay, I have x to the fourth and x squared, so 4 minus 2 is 2. And now let's do this. So I'm going to have 1 squared, which is just 1. X squared squared is x to the 2 times 2, which is x to the 4th. Y to the 5th squared is 5 times 2 is 10, so y to the 10th. All over 2 squared, which is 4. We really don't even need that 1. We could actually write this as x to the 4th, y to the 10th, all over 4. Or we could write it as 1/4, x to the 4th, y to the 10th. However you want to write it is really good. Okay? Evaluate the following expressions. Okay? Anything in 0 power is 1. Let's see. That's going to be 1, so this equals 2 times 1, which equals 2. Perfect. Rewrite the following without an exponent. Okay. Well, 2 to the negative 4th means we got to flip this up top. Times 1 is just itself, so that's just going to be 2 to the 4th, which is 16. Rewrite the expression without using a negative exponent. Now, we're going to have a negative answer, but not a negative exponent. This negative 4 is only attached to the x, not the negative 2. There would have to be parentheses around it to be attached to the negative 2. It's not. So we're just moving this to the denominator, and this is going to equal negative 2 over x to the 4th. And that's as simplified as it gets. Pretty fast test so far, or team test review. Okay, they're being multiplied together, so let's just add them. Negative 4 plus 9 is 5, right? That's 5. 5 minus 6 is negative 1, so this is y to the negative 1, which just equals 1 over y, because it wants positive exponents only. Let's roll. Before you start flipping things around, guys, just multiplying. The negative times negative is a positive. 6 times 3 is 18. This is u to the 18th power. Scientific notation is an interesting one. You only want one digit in front of it. And you got to keep significant figures, or, you know, what it's accurate to. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And I'm going to get 6.00 times 10 to the, since I moved it left to put it in this, it's times 10 squared, because I need to multiply it times 100. 6 times 100 would be 600. Okay, this one, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have 2.250 times 10 to the 3rd power. In standard notation. All right, so there's a decimal point here. And negative 2 means tells me to go to the left. So 1, 2, fill it in with a 0, so this equals 0.06. Same thing here, except I'm going to move it 5 times. Let me write it down here, 3.74, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill in all the empty spots with 0, and this equals 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 7, 4. Something really small, right? Boom. Last page. Let's roll. Okay. Let's see what it says here. Diameter of Saturn is at its equator is approximately 1.21 times 10 to the 5th kilometers. Write this numbered in standard notation. That's 1.21, and we're going to go 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That equals 121,000 kilometers. An astronomer's infrared telescope is able to detect a radiation with a wavelength of 0.000957 meters. Write this number in scientific notation. So we've got to move this over 1, 2, 3, 4. And since I had to go to the right, this is going to be a negative exponent, so it's going to make it look bigger. So this will be 9.57 times 10 to the negative 4. That way I move it left to change it back. Suppose computations were done on a calculator. Okay, this isn't too bad. 5.496 e to the negative 34 for one computation. The result displayed, or supposed. Oh, we want to write these in scientific notation because the result displayed for another was 3e to the 43. Okay. So to the e to the negative 34 would be 5.496 times 10 to the negative 34. And this would be 3 times 10 to the 43. There we go. That's awesome. I might put 0.0 there. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. A water destination plant can produce 2.48 times 10 to the 6th gallons of water in one day. How many gallons can it produce in 2 days? Well, it's going to produce twice that amount, which I'm going to multiply times the 2.48 because, you know, order doesn't matter. So what's 2 times 2.48? Well, see, that's 6. 19.2 times 2 is 4. 4.96. So this equals 4, or it can produce 4.96 times 10 to the 6th gallons in 2 days. And then our last one right here, okay? So I'm going to do 8 divided by 4, right? 4 goes in 4 once, goes in 8 twice. And this is 10 to the 5 minus 2, so 10 to the 3rd power. So this should equal 2 times 10 to the 3rd power, which is what, 2,000, right? Okay, that's the last one. With that said, peace out, and write a good note card. Bye, guys.